I think that going through something like that is something you will never be able to predict, like, everything that comes out of it until it just happens to you. Just because there's so many different aspects of your life that change. So, I know we definitely do like to look at it as more of like a positive thing and make it a positive thing because it's not all negative. And there's so many great things that have come out of that that would have like never happened if he hadn't lost his leg. So I don't think I would change it for the world, but just things that you wouldn't normally think about, like we don't get to go on beach vacation trips with him because like sand and beach areas aren't very accessible for him. He wasn't able to come to a lot of my I played volleyball and like competitively danced in high school, so he wasn't able to come to all of my tournaments and competitions just because they weren't accessible. And those are just things you wouldn't normally think of. Normal people don't walk into a building and look for a ramp to get in or look
Yeah.
and see how many stairs there are to get in. But once it happens, it's definitely something you just always think of like when you go somewhere, but definitely not a negative thing. So many more positive things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say obviously I was super young, but it was super weird. I don't remember like all of it, but I do remember like the summer my dad got hurt. We stayed home and my mom went to DC to be with my dad, obviously, and Walter Reed. And
Yeah.
we just had like a revolving door of family members coming to stay with us like every week. So I guess that was really strange. That's not something most kids have to
No.
experience. And so we just had like a new family member every week. And then once the school year started, I know my dad got moved to the Fisher House in San Antonio. So my mom was waking up, like, in the middle of the week. She would wake up at, like, 5 AM or something and go drive down to see him and then drive back to get me from school. So, just crazy lady, super inspiring, but hard work, for sure, but just things like that, and then there were just, a bunch of things, like, I guess I just don't really remember, but people have told me now that, like, I was, like, always such, like, a calm, like, pleasant child, and they said, like, during that summer, like, I threw tantrums, I, like, would,
Yeah.
like, run around, like, screaming around the house, like, my middle sister basically was, like, my mom that summer, like, I think I slept with her every night, I stayed in her room, she was not allowed to go hang out with her friends, like, she was my mom now, and, obviously, so grateful for that, but
Yeah.
I don't remember being such, like, a terror, but apparently I was just, like, awful, but, I mean, considering what I was going through, I'd say it was pretty fair,
Yes,
but
for sure.
but they were just, like, saying how, like, shocked they were by that because I was such, like, a calm baby, I never cried as a kid or anything, and they were just like, "That's weird," and I was like, "Sorry." So I got involved obviously when my dad got hurt, but I kind of feel like I was like, I was so young, obviously. So like I just kind of came into it like with my sisters. I don't really remember like us like getting it or anything, but
Yeah.
I do remember just like being told like, oh, it'll always be covered. Like college is there, like it's an option regardless of your situation. Obviously so amazing. It's a
Yeah.
great, like, company or it's a great, nonprofit, like, that's an amazing thing to do. Um, but I think the coolest thing for me has been, I was so little when it started, and when I was so young, we went to all of their, like, galas and events and stuff, we went to a ton of them. So, I think it's been so cool, though, starting off so young and growing up, I have heard from these people every year, like every couple months, you know? And it's not just this thing where it's like I was 8 or 9, maybe 10 whenever we first started going to their events. And now I'm going to college and I'm 18, 19 years old. There hasn't been like a year where I haven't heard from them. Just they don't just wait till you're 18 and 19 and be like, okay, where do you want to go to college? Let's do this. They have been so much more than just like these like just so much more than just like paying for my college. They've been mentors, they've been there like keeping up with my life. They've been great mentors for me now too, especially now that I am going to college, but it's not just this thing where it's like you're 10 years old and you're awarded this. Now that you're 19, like now they start like caring and like
Right.
being more involved in your life. It's like they have been involved through every year of my life growing up. Like they're so much more than just an organization. They're like basically a part of our family. And it's like a super cool experience because obviously they're gifting you something so great. Like paying for your college is amazing, but now you've also gained so much like greater relationships out of this. Like people that are going to be like lifelong um, members of basically my family.
Yeah. I think that
So I am transferring to TCU in the fall. I went to SFA last year to play volleyball, but I'm going to TCU full-time student now. I am planning on majoring in business, and I'm thinking about doing accounting. I like numbers, I like math, so I feel like that'd be a good job. But that is just like a thought I'm having, but I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do. And I'm going to rush, so I'm gonna join a sorority once I'm there, and just I'm excited to just go, to a little bit of a bigger city and just expand, like, meeting people and stuff. I'm just really excited to be transferring there and
yeah, that's exciting. And yeah.